this
right
map.
now. We're in on map
Let's see if
number
they.
2. And Nongshim,
Let's
they
see if
need
they've
to
been
win this one,
focusing
try
on it a
and
little
send
bit.
us into the third to be in with a chance to win this series. They have already gathered B-Long control at the moment. They would have to contend against Jit Boys, who was pretty sensational on the Cypher over on Haven.
Starting have to see if he's able to keep that up so far onto this map. It's a lot wider this time. You do have the trip as well as a star for some added support. Nongshim just kind of drawing out the utility early on.
Yeah, Jit Boy's taking a little bit of that damage early on with Margaret fighting an opener. You can't quite navigate a secondary one though,
dude,
as Nongshim,
it's
so
a good
it's a little bit
trade.
evens here. Margaret down for the count, of course, had a bit
Instant
of a
reaction, maybe push over towards B.
One.
They got a kill trip though.
Great
Ooh,
shots
dude,
out from
nice
Ivy.
shots.
If map number 1, he was a bit silent.
I think we
well,
got third map.
Started to wake
man.
up a bit from that second half. Who hasn't? Jit Boys.
Like
That's
I
an
think
awkward one.
after what I've seen from Talon on this
tough
map, they have to get a good start and get that op out early.
Be put in this 1v4
A pistol,
on
and
the
they didn't save 400 to
Then
get that
again,
op out.
Talon were able to kind of bring things back on towards the subsequent rounds. Right now,
Oh.
snipers aplenty. That's going to do a
Marshall
lot
Owl,
of
double guardian.
penetrative damage.
Yeah, you'd expect. Timing, Primi afforded something here with the pistol potentially, but just with the classic and a gate crash to get out of dodge, you would generally hope that Nongshim would not overlook a position like this. And with the drone going through, he's going to skedaddle on out
Hey,
of
that's
there.
kind of sick.
Meanwhile, Jit
You
Boys
get
is
set
down
up
for
and then
count
you
already.
late drones.
And
If
just
someone's set up
pistols here,
close,
so you were
that's
generally
kinda
just
cool.
looking for the pass mark for Nongshim, maybe even the
if someone
flawless.
is close, hiding
And that's
some
what's
kind of trap
curious
play.
about this entire,
Especially with the double
veto
trap play
as
that
well, right? I
people
mean,
play
you
with the
left
flash.
Pearl open intentionally.
Yep.
I mean,
You
meanwhile
wait for them
Nongshim
to swing
also
from
just
far back to break it.
recognizing, how to play around this map as well. The long-range duels right now, everything favoring them. He can close range with Marshall, though. Kind of using
Margaret,
his
chill,
musket.
chill,
So
bro.
far, so good.
That's the
Reload,
easiest
but
kill of
Cruz
your
back in
life
with a right
if
click.
you
I
relax
just
a
have in
little
my
bit.
head in a situation like that. If Margaret is there, he needs to be doing texture. Help, help, help.
Why has he played it like
Listen,
that?
the shots of the Marshal or any gun needs someone to bail him out, but this time, right now, there's an unexpected location of Primi and
God's
Killua.
sake.
And this, I'm talking about needing to be a flawless round, Quack. It might be a 1 versus 1, but no,
Oh,
Na'Vi.
double.
So I would be expecting
then
a lot of counterplays, a lot
He
of
has
panic
zero
shots.
confidence
Especially
when
in
he has
terms
the
of,
Marshal.
How Talon
I
have
don't
been playing
think
the mind
that's
game so
worth,
far.
but-
It's a lot of early pressure around mid. If you're Nongshim right now, you're a little bit paranoid. And that's why you have a couple of players just to investigate around Art this time.
Oh, waiting for
Damn.
flash.
Salvo
So
flash.
close. You got the kills going through towards Talon, though. Numbers and
Strong little
spades,
trap
and it's
play.
just, who is that? Francis to trail off with a spike in hand.
3 versus 4. Maybe a 3 versus 3 if Cruz had overstayed a little bit, but now you've got a slight gap around the map. Killua dead, so the shear is down, meaning you can funnel some information up through mid for Nongshim. But
The trips, though.
what can you do? You need to see something come out from Ivy, from Margaret, and the spike gonna make its way out of the A site.
At least for now, they're trying to
Well, they found the gap.
keep Talon invested towards this alpha site, breaking the
I
trips.
found the gap.
Players rotated over.
I was looking at mid as well, and I was seeing that Margaret's
They get the
turret was
plant
still
down,
there.
they
He's
get
just
Sova
retracted it, so
ult
I
as
don't know
well.
if Primi would have heard that go down and confirmed anything. They are still putting a lot of their eggs in this A side of the map. Talent.
I think
Yeah,
Apex
numbers, you
have
got
any
guns.
chance
Exactly,
about
they're
flooring
okay to do
Governor?
so. They've got the drone
Depends
on
what-
Cruz to still
like,
spot
chance
info.
for
They've
what,
got the
dude?
clone on Primi to throw a spanner in the works, and they've got salvos as well. So.
Here's the thing, though. They
What are you
gotta do
looking
it
for?
together as a full team.
And I'm
Like
looking
chance
at
for
Francis,
champs,
actually.
not
You know,
a,
Recon
there's
has
no
just
one they
come
can pick
online.
up
You've
that
got 2
will be good
shotguns
enough
and
for
a Hunter's
champs.
Fury. I mean, how
Yes.
nerdy is he going to be with lineups?
Precisely that, Komodo. There's still a good chance that Nongshim could come away with a bonus win this time.
Nanos too.
Okay, at least Talon now swarming in together, but the first shot goes great for Ivy. Primi then to trade right back. Now Francis and Margaret to hold up. Trying to play for time. Recon in, Hunter's Fury out.
Half defused.
And that's tied down to half HP as well. He's trying to jiggle back and forth onto it, but the kill comes in. Just Primi left. On towards Francis. He's trying to stick it all the way through.
Do
The
it.
shock dart
Go
comes in, but it's
spam,
not
make
in
it.
before.
Playoffs, you're just not going to get bottom 2. That's
Shock dart, by
doable.
the way, wouldn't have even finished off Primi. So it would have had to have a spray.
Okay, your expectations are fine.
Nongshim with the full buys. Outlaws as well.
Dude, I'm not sure about this from
I mean, those sort of
Talon though.
scenarios, you
They
see a
have
couple of,
so much
you know,
money,
post-plant teams,
and
for
then they do the
example,
full
they are
eco.
throwing these double shock darts
So
first
they
and
get to do the double
Hunter's
buy
Furying, waiting with
after
the
this
bolts
if
in
they
between and
lose.
doing all this nerd stuff, which
But
I like personally. I like post plants, but
my
It just
worry
kinda
with
really
it
shows you why
is,
they went
sure,
back
you
to
get the double
Sova
buy,
right now.
Your
know,
first
also
buy, you're
recognizing
gonna go
more
up against the
talent to possibly
Visor,
push
and
out
then
mid
second
again.
buy, you're
Look at
probably gonna
how
go up
both
against
Margaret as well as Ivy
the
are watching
Killjoy.
for this
Maybe the
middle
Astra.
area of the map.
Guess you'll
A little
have
bit
your
of
own
paranoia
ults,
as well
but
around this B site, right?
Yeah.
Needing to clear all of
I
the
don't-
angles.
they're at least a
seeing
team
no
that rate
Cypher
themselves
util,
on the
seeing no
Byrons.
Vice util.
Do you
Now
I've never
getting
been a
info
fan of the
from
full
Ivy.
eco on this, but
And that's where Ivy
I
kind of plays
just
around with it as
genuinely
well,
think
just to
that
keep
the
Talon
enemy
on
team
their
gets way
toes.
too
They have to
much.
spend some time now
When you
just
have
to check
double
him out.
econ, I don't
Talon,
think
of
it's
course,
worth.
you know, it's a round where they're kind of
Like
throwing
all
things away.
economy.
If you can find a kill, if you can pick up a rifle, that could mean quite a bit as well. So all of them trying to swarm down this one player right now. They take Ivy down. Margaret, though, not too bad, standing tall. And you have more shots coming in with the Outlaw as well. Talon have to run away.
I mean, they're going to have to go up with Spike, essentially, or die to the rifles, so they do have to just charge on in. And if you're Nongshim, I wouldn't even mind them just disconnecting from this one.
And when
My
teams
soldiers
know,
rage!
when teams
Two
know
from
that
the
you
ult.
like to do
Suzume!
this, you're just cooked as
Just
well.
run in, throw your bodies against Nongshim and find as
Okay,
much
well.
as you possibly can.
That's
That's it
the
though, yes, Nongshim,
that's the
Titans in
Killjoy
this
ult we were
round
speaking
will
about, and then they're gonna be able to
crush
get the Visor
Talon
as well.
Run, you know, what could that look like?
Now you've got Dambu with an up as well. Talon though, all of a sudden, okay, this time it's gonna be the A main push out.
Yeah, you got the deep shear wall towards A. You would expect
Great
that to be
shot.
popped a little bit early in, but now you got all the information as Talon that
The
things are
one
heating up
person
around this
punish.
alongside of
Yeah, these guys are
Nongshim. There's
cooked
a
on this
trade in
map.
the kill feed. You've still got advantages,
That's-
Nongshim. But look
yeah,
at the
this
work that's
one-
coming through from Margaret. They don't need to stick around.
This one's
Somewhat
not a thing.
unexpected. You do have some utility just in case though. Killua.
There's
especially with
As soon as
sheer
that
wall
pick
up.
happens, it's done.
The rotations, though, of course, it's gonna be tough for
Yeah.
Thai to be able to hold all this down by himself.
Well, the thing is, he's still got that shear for information that Margaret will have to pop, and then the Thorns, where he can't see them just yet, peeking where he is. They've actually just been popped too.
Big responsibility on his shoulders.
No stars yet.
Just popped. Talon then trying to reconvene towards Art. Stairs as well. Thai trying to spam desperately forward. Decent kill from Jit Boys. But then the steel garden coming in. Talon then having to back off because of this. Buys so much time. Nongshim still just keeping Talon away. Jit Boys trying to fight back in, buying time, attention for Thai to swing on up, but then another kill. Jit Boys turns it back into 1v1, but he's low HP. Does he have the headshot?
Yeah, comms come in.
Persia off to the classic right clicks, and that's just the perfect way to deal with this fight. Time as well,
Yeah,
working against Jit
this
Boys.
is
He
nice
tries
as
to
well
go for
from
the tap.
Persia.
Persia in for the right click
No,
shots.
just to try get the kill.
Scatter round, right in, and Nongshim upwards, forwards.
The thing is that
on this map like they did
it's
on
hard
map
to
number
not
one.
like Nongshim on this map.
But
They kind
Nongshim,
of just do all the
They
things that I
are
like
out of
on
the
this.
gates nice and early here.
They get the op out on attack the whole
Very
time over
swift.
towards
You know,
B. They
Talon,
make it like an
meanwhile,
absolute
it is
nightmare
pistol,
to
so I can
play
see why, but
over
again,
towards
you're
B.
pushing out.
On a map
Unless
like
you have
Val, I
like
mean, you're
your own
generally
op
using
on the
salvos
Euro.
and stuff to gain some of this A main control,
Like on the
right? So it's not
ecos,
worst idea for them
they're
to
punishing
change
you
up
for
a
the
little
jump
bit, go
spots, and the
together as a
buys
team
they're
on this,
punishing you
eco
for the jump
round, a
spots.
deeper shear wall as well, where
They're
you're either
basically
putting
just
all the
making
bodies
this an
together through it,
absolute
or you're just
nightmare.
baiting it out.
Like to the point of where
Yeah,
you might have to put
verticality,
in
you're
like a
still not getting
passive
over that one,
camera
unfortunately. So,
just to like
now
get
it's
info if they're actually
a
going
lot
to
for
push
Ivy
close.
to just kind of hold.
Oh,
I mean, they should
not
be able to
expecting
put
that many
Vice Wall
clears.
there though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I highlighted a little bit earlier, right? Ivy and Margaret have been
Except,
playing a little bit more solo on this map in these sort of scenarios. So if you are able to find one of them and get a trade, you put
They
for a
get the
rifle,
strong
you give
plan
yourself
as
an
well.
option to be able to clutch around such as this one and steal it.
Yeah. Again,
I mean, a risk with a Steel Guard and a Cosmic Divide, imagine.
I don't know about
They do
that.
use one.
Yeah, you gotta get
Persia.
close enough, and yet Margaret will really push him off of that line. Into the site though, Cosmic Divide now coming out from Persia as well. Talon might have snuck in, but do they have, well, the range is one thing, the accuracy is a whole other aspect as well. Now just the positioning from Dabby and Persia to
It's
clean
strong on this
things
one as
up.
well. Nongshim
See,
comes good.
he's up
They
against
just play
Danny.
it like
Yeah.
they.
I mean, I'm looking
have
at the beginning
double
of this and I'm
duelists.
seeing no salvos,
Oh,
hearing
dude,
no
you just-
salvos again. So
Guys,
if I'm
you just
Ivy right
reminded
now,
me
I'm
fully of
considering
that whole
what are they
game.
doing differently on the
I
line?
actually-
Do we
I
need
actually
to
got rid
invest
of
a
that
drone? Do we
game.
need to invest a dart? No information on the arc rows in towards Art, but you'll still silently creep on up. You got the sheer wall as protection for Killua.
God, that
You
game
wouldn't
was
actually
so
mind to see
bad,
Talon
dude.
even be okay to go for a retake when you've got A main control, when you've got a steel garden.
Jivko, thank you so much for the raid, bro. Stream's good. Thank you for that.
Provided that Nongshim don't overextend into those
I
situations.
mean, Talon's Ascent? Yeah, dudes. Do you remember the double duelist where they decided to have a game plan and push him mid the whole time on defense?
It does force some question marks into Talon's
never got to see any
really
use of the double sentinel.
Cruise, but not seeing anybody out through long, not seeing
like
anybody
at all.
through club.
I saw no.
I
saw no use of the double sentinel.
Straight, so you pop the camera
Again,
for the
tilted.
information. You see nothing. Well, you know it's outside art.
So they're all around this spot now, set up perfectly for Killua to find at least one, but tough luck.
Yeah, that's a nice little trap play though.
To make it out alive. Primi then with the dimensional drift to retrieve all that.
Part 2. There's no way that they would play that Ascent comp like.
And the smokes come up.
Like
Hunter's
they
Fury
did.
to possibly allow Persia to sneak on through, but it's not going to happen. Cruz says no. Ivy though.
Like they might have one or
stairs.
two punishes over towards middle, some kind of.
Back around.
Now a bit of a
It's pretty much what we said we wanted to see, some kind of camera to get info over towards B. And then Nongshim knowing that they were going to try and fix B with what they thought were numbers, so they thought A would be weak, so they tried to force A. It makes a lot of sense.
I actually know if they spotted Persia, and they have.
Oh my god!
He has just timed them into oblivion.
Guys, it's your big buy round, come on.
That one hurts.
Don't get too greedy.
Yeah, that's certainly one where the Elder Scrolls will kind of scream your name down into doom. Jit Boys left to pick up the pieces.
If you do this, the Yoru's gotta hold the orb for a little bit. And then
so you
TP
gotta
out.
think, as Nongshim, if they're getting information from the camera and street a lot of these rounds, we should be destroying that to remove info from them, because that has been a spot that Talon have just commanded in this map so far. Like, if Nongshim went there, they would be dead.
So kind of broken or recalled. And then the sudden peek out off of timing.
30 seconds though, Quack, and you've still got a steel garden as Killua. He is at the wrong site, so it's down on what Primi can do with the operator. If he misses a shot or dies,
he doesn't have the gate crash out. And up around dugout, it's ooh.
Are they going to smoke that though? Generally, it's,
yes,
you know, when you've got this smoke position, you do.
Well, it is Primi. He's going to flash himself into another peak, but shut down by Ivy. Now Killua on site, but not in position to deploy the steel garden. This is a tough, a hairy position to be in.
Yeah. Is Jit Boys now going to save a 1 versus 4? I mean,
probably.
You're still contemplating credits
for
Talon 2.
They don't.
Dai, Cruz, Killua. They can
They
invest
don't look
in
much
the next
better
round.
in this map.
Jit Boys saves. I mean, he could potentially even drop something for Primi. So it's not the worst save, but it is a bit of a hurtful one, given that Nongshim will elevate their score onto 6. Dami also holding on to the overdrive, not needing to invest that one. Have that available for the next. An operator to be taken over into the next round as well. So I'm looking towards Nongshim being able to potentially extend the lead. See what damage Margaret may find. Extensions from Talon.
Will they get 10 rounds on attack again?
How long?
Yep. Situate Primi on the line, but is he going to be able to find the opening kill? It's a bit of a more shallower off angle that Dami would have to stay scoped in. Or for Persia to just absolutely book you.
No worries, I'll call someone dog water if they're dog water. I mean, you're going to have a weird conversation with them if you never met them, man. Stop doing that.
This round. Now, oh boy.
Flash. Well, decent on the dodge, but still kind of leaving Killua alone in the cold. Jit Boys now getting gunned down as well. Still, once again, back up into the B-long position. Dambi is just having a live game as well.
And they saw Thai run back, tail between his legs over at the A site too. So they know where he's going to be able to come from. You can plant anywhere you want. Margaret's just going to pick up the ulti orb first, because with the plant, he'll get the lockdown. So you've got that available in the next round. This is a very well-adapted round for Nongshim here, Quack, because they've seen some aggression from Talon up at A-Long as well. This time, they set the Archros ready to flash and swing together as a team, right? How often have we seen just Ivy peek there by himself? This time, changing it up, finding a very clean round against Talon.
Stupendous.
Fun, they're playing double centers meant to be played by pushing them.
Kind of also looks like...
Yeah.
The mentality affecting them a little bit somewhat. Repeatedly looking for the duels. Thaya now at least able to...
They just
they
just struggle on this map.
The thing is, like in their heads, why are they peeking out so much? Well, at least for now, giving them the freedom to do what they
It's
want.
safe.
Got another a peek, but it's the outlaw
What's their
from
dude?
Danby.
Their run's
And
crazy,
we're
but
expecting this map to come into the veto, right? We're
honestly, I
thinking
do
to
believe.
ourselves, all right, you've had a week to prep. If you're doing veto check-in, you know what's happening. You're thinking, all right, there's going to be a scenario of counterplays. Not
If
really
enough
seeing
people
too much
believe,
from talent, unfortunately, at the
then it
moment.
happens. I mean, that's how life works.
Greedy.
Yeah, you're just expecting on the back of an Armageddon that Nongshim are going to respect that and fall all the way back. Not that they're going to re-peek into that one, so that's just great realization from Danby. Some great timing there. With Primi down, with Jibboys down. This is just an eco to come through from Talon, so you're not going to read into this one too much. I mean, an Armageddon on an eco as well is quite costly when you're not going to have that for the remainder of the half.
I know. You're at round 10, 11, 12. If you don't have the ult, what do you have?
Well, you've got Killua with the Steel Garden who's been protecting that for the next half at the moment. Hey, we've seen a lot of these rounds in Pacific where someone has been holding an ultimate and they don't use it for the half, and then you're just wondering, well, what if you invested it, right? You know?
It's also tough for him. I mean, you haven't really been put in a scenario where
use it,
you
yeah.
can't...
Which I was a little bit surprised, like when it was the 4 versus 2 in the previous round where he's on the back of A site and he's toing and froing between the church side of things and the art side of things. Cruz, see if he can get something here, which
Be pretty rough for a while.
Last-ditch effort in this first half. Primi out with an op.
And I highlighted a little bit earlier, this camera has been
Mate.
quite common from Talon.
I'm not sure he's
Street,
thrown
so
this
you'd
camera right.
expect it to be potentially destroyed by Nongshim here.
A main formation as well, so we'll see. Steel Garden for both sides. Wow.
Stacked Steel Gardens.
Oh, Margaret though.
Yeah, no lurk held, but now
I can't even
information
throw the camera
is
right.
there.
Dude, they're so cooked on this
Decent
map, man.
recognition from Cruz, but still Nongshim.
Who's the team
Quite
they
a bit of
beat on
freedom.
this map? Was it?
It
They
could be
beat
a
Team
world in which
Secret,
Margaret
right?
wants to meet up with the
But
team and
that was
drop
honestly
a
Team
lockdown
Secret
here for
looking
this B
rough.
site. I mean, they would still have to contend with all of the Sentinel util that's going to be here.
No
but
one? Did they not beat Team
the way
Secret
the
on this map?
positioning is going from them, if Francis can keep some eyes towards the A site with this start, that's all he needs to do with that. Remove a body from this B site, use the lockdown.
They lost that one as
set
well.
yourselves up a great opportunity, because now you're thinking for Thai, he's either going to have the Cosmic Divide or drop the Nebula.
Your Talon though, you still have that camera, but yeah, the Cosmic Divide. Tough position for Jibboys. See if he can kind of unearth himself from this one. The relay bolt though, the stuns. Still, you got decent support. Assistance out from Killua now, looking for the 3rd kill, but denied.
Plant, eventually, has to go down. Margaret's holding that one. Cosmic Divide starts to fade as well.
Okay, oh, the drone keeps Primi offline for now, but also Cruz to set up a long flank. Spots out the first. Couple of bursts in will remove Margaret from the equation. Just Francis and Persia left. And if you're Talon, you should have a decent idea of where they are. Cosmic Divide to block off Halls. But Nongshim, they're nowhere to be found. Persia, good on the first. Francis for the trade. And it's just Cruz oscillating back and forth into the... Certainly on the cards right now as well. You might have a full buy, but Nongshim have been running away with daylight robbery. Look at the elevated angle now.
You still got Danby holding this overdrive with an operator to lead stead over at B now. You got Francis as well with the Hunter's Fury.
Ooh.
Inside of Talon. Well, they don't have a Cruise. They might not have a Thigh.
Okay, they have a Thigh. Well, they have a Killua. They do have a Killua.
So they're one away from
everyone
Drift, one
peaks,
away from Neural Theft. These can actually be quite large ults in maybe a retake scenario, in a defendable scenario towards this B side.
It's the overdrive quickly and swiftly dealt with. Hunter's Fury allows for some cushioning though, but now gotta watch out for the spike. Plant Razor Vines keeps Talon away.
A couple of stars as well for Persia here.
To continue blocking off potential sight lines. Meanwhile though, Talon.
Yeah, I feel like I need to watch this
dicey,
whole,
but Primi
half back and see where they
the
put their vice
position,
wall.
the dimensional drift into the peek out from Persia, where
The
Thigh
vice was so
finds
strong
the
on this
final
map, and
headshot. Decent
I mean,
recovery
they had it over
coming
towards long a
alive
couple of
from
times,
Talon, but
I
it
feel
is
like every
still
time
a
they had it
9-3.
over towards...
Okay, we've got confirmation. There are Korean snacks named Ivy and Margaret. Oh, there you go.
Wait, they actually
are named them.
Wait, that's what they're
Imagine if their
named?
IGLs are named after the snacks.
Oh my god.
Imagine if that's the law.
Let's go.
That would be pretty wild.
They have a snack
Still
named
though, we are
Margaret.
kicking things off into the second half right now. Talon slowly meandering forward on this attack towards middle, where you've got a lot of Sentinel utility.
I mean, how great has Margaret always been around holding down Connector, holding down Straight on this Killjoy?
Individually.
So if you're going to try and counter anything, it would definitely be him there.
Got some support with the Stars and Francis as well now, but the pathing for Talon suggests for them to possibly push through.
Well, it suggests
tell you
a little
what,
bit of
though,
awkwardness for
the
Francis.
most
So needed the
successful
timing to
attack run I
smoke,
think I've
it's
seen
fake
Talon
it.
have for a
Oh,
little
just
bit.
Verge
Actually took
Francis
some map
with info
control.
as well.
The
More
stun
kills
from the
to be
back.
collected, and this round is just turning upside down for Talon.
Just the high. How can he possibly turn this
honestly,
back
it's better than
around
it
on its
normally
head,
goes.
back in towards Link, and he's got so many targets. Now spotted out decisively, quickly.
I know that. I say I know. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like even though Talon can't get better on this map, I strongly think that their Ascent's gonna look way better than last time we saw it.
Oh boy. Outlaws, judges.
Yeah,
Because this feels like they actually don't know what to do, whereas Ascent just felt like they were playing a
generally
compo.
would say that's like an ace waiting to happen if they all flood him again, but
Thankfully.
didn't happen on Garage in our first map.
True that.
Yeah, Fro, what?
Seeing what these pistols are going to be able to deliver
Fro,
from Talon
what do you
here.
mean, dude? I'm telling you, their Ascent's gonna look good.
Too much, and that just suggests to how Nongshim are playing disciplined around this one as well.
Yeah.
Possibly anticipating the judge on the other side of the door, so Talon flushed over into these.
Good timing on the drone, actually, from Francis here.
Nongshim played.
Spots him
Oh
out.
yeah,
the
dude.
foot.
So he's got two infos.
I remember
There's an macros
Nongshim's
available,
comp
already
now
set
as
up for a
well.
good flash.
The
We've got
Waylay
full
where
spell,
it was
making
like
things a little
8
bit tricky
fast
with
deaths
30
on
seconds to go.
Danby.
You know the Talon are going to end here.
Yep, all the
Dude,
rotations
Ascent could
straight
be
in.
incredible to
Even with
watch.
some shots with
I kind
flashed,
of
it's
hope
okay.
that none
We've
of
got
them have
the
fixed their
judge, we've got the
Ascent.
shots. See what's
Yeah,
happening
I'm looking a little bit to see how Troper's doing. You know,
Is he smiling?
I think he probably recognizes it's not over just yet. So let's just be calm.
All right, all right. So far, so good. Talon picking up the alt orb.
Yeah, getting a little bit closer for it, but the opening duel, Francis nearly caught out. He can start to get spammed as well. He's definitely locked in towards the dugout here, but they don't know that Ivy is also here to assist. A sheer to be baited out by Killer. Oh, yeah, needs to make sure he properly does that one, which he does. So an avenue a little bit later on available for Talon that they don't have to contend with. Meanwhile, not a lot of
The
shifts
news of
around the
GE.
map.
Yeah, we spoke about the
The rest
GE
of the
stuff
Nongshim lads.
earlier. Well, I say earlier
Shipping off
yesterday.
so far, not a lot
Mate,
of
if they
information,
don't
so
get
Nongshim
another
just happy
coach,
to
I
stay
don't care
tucked
about who
back
they
in.
sign.
And there's contingencies at play as well from them, right? If things
But
go
they gotta
towards
get
the B
another
side,
coach
Army's there to
fast, and
spot some
then
early information with the
we
outlaw,
can
do
start
some damage and
looking.
get out. They can refresh
But when
that
they play
nebula at front.
macro
So it all
wrong,
comes down to A.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
dude,
trying to funnel them in
yeah,
as well. Alarm
just look
bot
at
to get
their
first info,
look at their
and you
split,
pop
man.
thorns,
That
stay
split
from them, hold them back
performance
a little
they
bit.
had the other
Francis
day.
finds Primy too.
And that pulls down the attention to the rest of the team. They have to launch a quick assault
Replace
in
the
the
current
side,
one,
but
no,
it's
they
being
only have
halted.
one
The
coach at the
drone,
moment,
the
they need
players all
another.
marking the positions, darts towards the back, and a lot of paranoia for the
Which
players
team
inside
GE?
of Talon. They're checking
They
their
just gotta
sixes, they're
get
looking towards their
an
front.
extra coach, and then I
Boys
can actually
pushing
start
out, and
believing.
Killua suddenly
at
finding
team
the
changes.
lineup. Off towards the back though, Margaret with the ghost. He had a judge, so looking for the range. Just Ivy left, who hasn't really been spotted. He's got nothing but a ghost in hand. Talon.
The whole
Stack on
time.
top of each other.
That's it though, that
Then,
was around where
I don't
Nongshim
know.
again
We only get
full
like 10%
kit.
of what's
Not
going
all
on
the
in
weapons
teams.
available.
Yeah.
So
But
this
game-wise,
allows
it
for
didn't
Margaret
look
to
too
play,
bad. He
you
just
know,
has to have an
a
AWP.
little bit safer towards connector.
Getting a little bit closer towards Hunter's Fury too for Francis.
But isn't the main reason that they want to
Closer up towards
go
A main as well.
like English speaking?
Information that
Well,
Primy
I
sliding
the
towards
same main
Art.
reason, I guess we don't know,
Armbot
but
too, but they're going to go for a peek
Isn't
together.
that the full
Not popping the
process?
thorns too early as some extra utility invested.
a lot of pokes. Danby though.
Oh, this is risky for Primy. You'd hopefully see him get the kill, or either traded by Killua.
Meanwhile for Margaret as well. Look at how he sidesteps the angle. Primy though now finding Danby.
Got the kill.
Good
Now-
chance.
The onus is on Nongshim to be able to bring it back, so it's going to be an unconverted opening kill, untraded rather.
Given the movements on the map though already, Nongshim shifting weight over onto its alpha site now.
they
Connected
have actually been
position,
putting a bit of time into
as
their
well as
attack.
dugout. Francis. Salvo's coming in for the hit, and that's when Killa finds his mark.
Yeah, we've seen Francis really favor jumping up on top of that half wall to try and do some things, so this time an
Ooh,
expected
connector
one
again.
for our talent.
Yeah, this time they've got the lurks all around as well. Even if Ivy wants to try, he can't really make it out alive. 2 left. And Talon, much more careful consideration into this execute.
much more clinical in this round as well, right? The fact that it starts off with Primi finding the first kill on towards Darnby, the rest of the team just together as a unit, making sure that crosshairs are there, not being too overzealous with their utility and trying to sacrifice bodies and get the trades out. Just kind of
that sounds about right, yeah.
Dotting I's, crossing T's.
That's why he's getting
so to
cute.
speak. And they will be rewarded in this bonus round. Oh, sorry, the round after the bonus to come away with 5 alive.
If you can do that. You got the ults beginning to cycle up. Always got a orb.
You also have the Hunter's Fury.
If you had like a little bit of fall behind it, it's not too bad.
We're in the sort of mindset now where Nongshim need one to
Dude,
at least
Icebox is the map where honestly anything could work.
More often than not, trending towards
as long as you got someone that has a drone, you're fine.
Utility as well.
And a Killjoy. Got a Killjoy Viper, you can put anything.
Decent shot coming out from Francis. Margaret as well, and the numbers have turned around.
And now it's down to Persia. How early do you spot out this information to drop your Nebula, to ask for some assistance? Well, now
it's good with the jump spot. I think you saw 2.
Will you stay alive long enough as well?
Honestly, looking at the minimap, I think you only saw 1. Like, we don't have the fastest rotate on this one.
Out. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, we just tried to go for the...
Kill down into 2.
No, guys, it's criminal.
Which would quickly send us into map 3, but for now, still trying to put one foot in front of another into the
Was there a big tech pause? Mate,
everybody
we're going fast.
On talent to go in towards the B site. You need to see something big from Persia again.
We need done 2 maps within 2 hours.
Cookie around this smoke. Jit Boys, though, so far so good on the recognition. But the spam is now coming out from Danby. Even odds. Hunter's Fury just gives him a little bit more advantage in the retake as well.
You're going to have to see something big come up. I mean, Premi, do you even consider a dimensional drift here? Because information, yeah, but you need kills, man.
He's done it, though. So it comes down to Jit Boys and Killua. If they are able, indeed, to hold around halls, the sheer at least buys time. And then for Ivy to look for the shots with the elevated position. Fastlane now out. Where is Primi, though? Oh, good on the first and the next. Now down for Francis and Ivy to try to look for a bit more spacing, but also
and they really,
considering the save,
they really didn't think you would TP over towards
Francis
long
out of position. And that's just going to be Talon obtaining the kill, as well as the reads and the calls. Call this time, though, having 2 successful B hits thus far. Into A this time, Talon. But you got 3 marching up B long from Nongshim, and that immediately deletes Jit Boys.
Yeah, what are they favoring on the orb over there as well to get closer to any ultimates? You've lost Ivy now at this A site. You've got Margaret surrounding it, but he has to wait for this Nebula to fade.
Cosmic Divide as well, possibly, but we'll see if Killua and Gang are able to create more space towards back site. The shear wall instantly placed.
That's for all, but everyone's over towards side. They can delay a long time. They've got to punish with the wall.
Spots him out. He's not going for it just yet. There we go.
You're the guy that has to stay alive, man.
Steel Gardener ripped away, so less chance for Nongshim, but they've avoided it so far. So back into position. Primi did not expect that whatsoever. Killua, can he hold down with just the Phantom now? Tries to reposition and regroup with his teammates, where Margaret then springs out from stairs! He's lined them up! Just the last one left alive, and it's Thai. The rookie has so much to do in this one spot, and Nongshim are not letting him come back into the fight. Nongshim, though, can't get the defuse
they tried to body block, and they failed the body block. Taking out all the headphones and it in is.
Is that,
he had no belief.
You know, the scenario in this map, though, to have Talon start to mount the comeback?
The straw that breaks the metaphorical camel's back. Nongshim onto a half buy. Well, they still got decent rifles.
Yeah. I mean, it could be, you know, an opener or a good call here from Nongshim that can clip the wings of Talon.
Talon, though, for the first time in ever in the second half, full force, 1-4 split down into A main. Nongshim have no real idea.
I think Nongshim are still fine with how they're wanting to play this defensive side. Persia spots info.
Does whoever win this match qualify for Toronto? Nah, man, this is...
He's not seeing the likes of, you know,
they got to go for a run, lower bracket.
Players around stairs.
They got to win 2 more after this. Is it 2 more or is it 3 more? I think it's 2
I think
more.
you're still alright for Nongshim. You're getting a little bit of an idea that you may have to play post-plant. Now with Persia playing towards the tower of B, I think that's going to be the avenue for Nongshim regardless now.
So, pressure into gate crash. B site hit play, and it's just Margaret alongside Persia to try to play spoiler around the site. The spike goes down regardless.
I saw towards heaven.
Boys finds Margaret.
Steel Garden, there it goes. In for a chance for Danby to really wreak some havoc onto the site itself. Thaido with a shorty, so quick. Still, the gun's not available to Talon, and this could end it all.
How's this guy allowed to be
Just
alive
Jit
here,
Boys,
man?
unfortunately,
Some spams going.
up around by the pillar. It's a tough obstacle in his face. He needs to find and land the shot, but it's not going to happen.
I tell you what, I feel a little bit bad because I was I was flaming Talon a lot, and honestly rightly so for their defense. They definitely put some time into their attack.